Hi everyone. Alright, this is a continuation of the problem that we did on the last video. We're going to go through all the other steps. And let's see if I can remember everything. I didn't write my little reminders here, but the domain. Okay, well x minus 2 cannot equal 0. So it means x can't be 2. The denominator can't be 0. So our domain will be from negative infinity to 2, non-inclusive, and then 2 to infinity. So that's the way we exclude 2. The next thing we need to do is look for holes. Well, there are holes. I can't factor this, so it's not going to. And we already know from the problem we did earlier that x minus 2 doesn't go into this evenly anyway. So there are none, or it's non-applicable. Non-applicable. What else do I need to look for? The y-intercept. Okay, let me just kind of get things organized here a little bit. The y-intercept. To do that, we need to find f of 0. 2 times 0 squared minus 5 times 0 plus 5 over 0 minus 2. That's 5. That's 0, over negative 2. So it's negative 2.5. Okay. The vertical asymptote, we just have one this time, would be x equals 2. Okay. This is the y-intercept. Just kind of organize everything here a little bit. Vertical asymptote. Now, there's no horizontal asymptote. N is greater than m, but it's only 1 degree more than m. Degree 1, degree 2 up here. So we need to, in this case, go with the slant asymptote, which we already did. And if I recall, it was y equals 2x minus 1. Alright. And let me see if I'm forgetting something here. Zeros. I am forgetting to do the zeros here. And the zeros of this function, the numerator is 2x squared minus 5x plus 5. When is that equal to 0? Well, if this doesn't factor, we're going to have to use some other method. And I've got an idea. A is 2, B is negative 5, and C is 5. And x equals negative b plus or minus a square root of b squared minus 4ac. All of that over 2a. Okay. So, the $25. 4 times 2 is 8, times 5 is 40. 25 minus 40 is, ooh, negative 15. That's negative. Okay, there are no real zeros, which means we are not touching the x-axis. Alright. I think it's time we start graphing. I am... Okay. Give ourselves plenty of room here. Alright, so let's see. There's no holes. The y-intercept is at negative 2.5. So we're going to hit this point right here. Vertical asymptote is at x equals 2. Alright. We are not going to touch the x-axis. The slant asymptote, y equals 2x minus 1. So I'm gonna kind of graph that. Here's negative 1. Sorry, here's the y-intercept, negative 1. If I go up 2 and over 1, I got another point. Go up 2 over 1, I'm right there on the asymptote there. 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, down to here. Here, trying to be deliberate in how I draw all this so that we can get a good look at it. Alright, there is my slant asymptote. So, let me get some values here. For example, I'd kind of like to know what's happening at negative 1. I'm going to make a table this time. At negative 1 in this, it's 2 times negative 1 squared minus 5 times negative 1 plus 5 over negative 1 minus 2, which is, that's 2 minus, or plus 5, that's 7, that's 12, that's negative 4. When I divide by negative 3, that's negative 4. So negative 1, there's 3, negative 4. Now I'm curious what's happening at 1. And 2 times 1 squared minus 5 times 1 plus 5 over 1 minus 2, and I'm looking at 2 minus 5 is 2 minus 5 is negative 3. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2, and that's over negative 1, so that's negative 2. At 1, we are at negative 2. Okay, I have a feeling that what's happening here is it's coming up here. It gets right around there. It doesn't quite get up to the axis up here where these guys are meeting. And then it'll come back down toward this asymptote. That's why we don't have a x-intercept. Now, I'm wondering what happens to the other part here. So, for example, when 3, x is 3, we'll skip over the 2. What are we getting here? We are getting 2 times 3 squared. We're getting a blur here, aren't we? 2 times 3 squared minus 5 times 3 plus 5 over 3 minus 2. Now that's 18 minus 15 is 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 divided by 1. So we have 3 8s. 1, 2, 3. Here's 4. Nope, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's all the way up there. I'm going to try 4 here. And 2 times 4 squared minus 5 times 4. I'm getting lazy, aren't I? Over 4 times. Okay, that's 16. That's 32 minus 20 is 12 plus 5 is 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. So at 4, we go just a little bit higher. So if I were extending this enough, I think we'd be coming down like this and then heading back up toward this line here. Oops, I'm not showing you that in the graph here. My grid's not enough here to really show what's happening, but I think this gives a pretty good indication. Okay. I want to work on one more video. One more example. All right, you guys. Take care.